The Los Angeles Lakers completely collapsed, and now the basketball world is turning against LeBron James. After another humiliating playoff exit, ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith absolutely unloaded on LeBron in a fiery rant that has NBA fans arguing everywhere. The Lakers came into the postseason with championship expectations. They had the star power, the headlines, the media hype. But when it mattered most, they got dominated, embarrassed, and exposed on the biggest stage. And according to Stephen A., the blame starts with LeBron James himself. For years, LeBron has controlled the narrative around the Lakers. Every roster move, every coaching decision, every superstar trade rumor somehow connected back to him. But after this playoff disaster, critics are saying the LeBron system has finally crashed. Stephen A. didn't hold back. He questioned LeBron's leadership, his energy, and whether he can still carry a franchise at 40 years old. He even suggested that the Lakers have become too dependent on LeBron's image instead of building a real championship culture. That statement alone sent shockwaves across social media. And honestly, when you look at the games, it's hard to ignore what happened. The Lakers looked slow. They looked disconnected. Defensively, they couldn't stop anyone. Offensively, they relied on isolation basketball and desperate three-point shots. Meanwhile, younger teams played with speed, hunger, and chemistry. Fans expected LeBron to take over like the old days. But instead, there were long stretches where he disappeared, settled for jumpers, or looked exhausted. The dominance that once terrified the league simply wasn't there anymore. What makes this even worse is how high expectations were entering the season. The Lakers made moves at the deadline. The media crowned them contenders again, and many believed LeBron had one final championship run left. But instead of a legendary comeback story, the season ended in frustration and chaos. Now questions are everywhere. Is LeBron still the guy? Can the Lakers win with him as the centerpiece? Or is this finally the beginning of the end for one of the greatest careers in NBA history? Stephen A. Smith went even further, saying the Lakers need accountability. He argued that every time things go wrong, coaches and role players get blamed while LeBron escapes serious criticism. This time, he said, that cannot happen. He pointed directly at the superstar and demanded answers. Why was the team unprepared? Why did the energy disappear in crucial moments? Why did the Lakers look mentally defeated before games were even over? According to Stephen A., true leaders are judged in moments like these, and LeBron failed the test. The most painful part for Lakers fans is that this doesn't even feel shocking anymore. Over the last few seasons, the same problems keep returning. Injuries, bad chemistry, defensive breakdowns, aging stars, massive expectations followed by disappointment. Every year begins with championship talk and ends with excuses. And now even loyal fans are starting to wonder if the franchise sacrificed too much for LeBron's era. Social media exploded immediately after Stephen A.'s comments. Some fans agreed completely, saying LeBron deserves criticism after another playoff collapse. Others defended him, arguing that basketball is a team sport and the Lakers roster simply wasn't good enough. But whether people agree or not, one thing is clear. The pressure surrounding LeBron James has never been bigger. The basketball world is watching closely to see what happens next. Could this lead to major changes inside the Lakers organization? There are already rumors about roster shakeups, coaching uncertainty, and possible tension behind the scenes. Some insiders believe the front office may finally consider building for the future instead of continuing to revolve around LeBron. Others think LeBron could push for another superstar addition in a desperate attempt to chase one last ring before retirement. Either way, the offseason is going to be explosive, and then there's LeBron's legacy. That's what makes moments like this so powerful. When you're considered one of the greatest players of all time, every playoff loss becomes magnified. Every bad performance becomes a headline. Every weakness becomes a national debate. Stephen A. Smith knows that, and that's exactly why his criticism hit so hard. He wasn't talking about an average player. He was talking about a basketball icon whose every move shapes the NBA landscape. Now, the big question is simple. How will LeBron respond? Throughout his career, he has used criticism as fuel. Doubters motivated him. Media attacks pushed him harder. We've seen him silence critics before with legendary playoff performances and championship runs. But this time feels different. Time is undefeated. The league is younger, faster, and deeper than ever before. And for the first time in years, people genuinely believe LeBron may no longer have the answers. One thing is certain. This playoff collapse changed the conversation around the Lakers completely. The fear factor is gone. The excuses are running out. And after Stephen A. Smith's brutal takedown, the spotlight on LeBron James is hotter than ever. The next chapter of his career could define his entire legacy. Will he prove the critics wrong one more time? Or was this the moment the basketball world officially realized the LeBron era is finally coming to an end? The tension inside the Lakers organization is reaching a breaking point, and the deeper analysts look into this playoff collapse, the uglier the situation becomes. Reports, rumors, fan reactions, everything surrounding the team feels toxic right now. And at the center of it all is LeBron James. For over 2 decades, LeBron has been the face of basketball greatness. Championships, MVPs, finals appearances. He built a legacy almost nobody can touch. But now, for the first time in a long time, the conversation has shifted from greatness to decline. And according to Stephen A. Smith, this is no longer something people can ignore. Stephen A. made it crystal clear superstar players do not get protected when their teams fail this badly. He argued that if LeBron wants the praise when the Lakers win, he also has to accept the criticism when they collapse under pressure. And this collapse wasn't small. This wasn't a heartbreaking Game 7 loss. This was domination. The Lakers looked overwhelmed from the opening tip. Opponents attacked them without fear. The energy was flat. The body language was terrible. And every camera kept zooming in on LeBron sitting silently on the bench, looking frustrated while the season slipped away. Fans noticed it too. NBA social media instantly filled with clips comparing this version of LeBron to the unstoppable monster he used to be. Years ago, when LeBron faced elimination, he became terrifying. He controlled every possession, attacked relentlessly, and played with desperation. But this postseason felt different. Critics pointed out that he settled for outside shots too often, conserved energy on defense, and struggled to dominate physically against younger defenders. Father Time may finally be catching up, and that's something basketball fans never imagined they would actually witness. But the criticism doesn't stop at performance alone. Stephen A. also questioned LeBron's influence over the Lakers' organization. For years, people have accused the franchise of making decisions based on LeBron's preferences instead of long-term basketball strategy. Trading young talent, changing coaches, chasing aging veterans, sacrificing future flexibility just to maximize LeBron's championship window. At first, it worked. The Lakers won a title and restored excitement to the franchise. But now, many fans believe the organization is paying the price for years of short-term thinking. The roster problems became impossible to hide during the playoffs. The Lakers lacked consistent shooting, perimeter defense, and bench production. Whenever LeBron rested, the team struggled to survive. And when he returned, he looked exhausted trying to carry the entire offense. It became a cycle of frustration. One possession they looked competitive, the next they completely fell apart. Meanwhile, younger contenders around the league played with confidence, chemistry, and energy that the Lakers simply couldn't match. And perhaps the most painful part for Lakers fans is watching rivals celebrate their downfall. Across sports media, critics are calling this the end of an era. Opposing fan bases are mocking the Lakers online. Every missed shot, every turnover, every defensive mistake became a viral clip. The franchise that once represented dominance is now becoming the target of endless jokes and debates. For a team with championship expectations, that humiliation cuts deep. Stephen A. Smith doubled down during his rant, saying the Lakers cannot continue pretending everything is fine. He warned that major changes are necessary immediately. According to him, the organization has reached a crossroads. Either they fully commit to rebuilding around younger talent, or they continue gambling on LeBron's remaining years and risk, sinking even deeper into mediocrity. And honestly, that decision could define the future of the franchise for the next decade. There's also growing pressure on the front office. Questions are everywhere about whether the Lakers surrounded LeBron with the right pieces. Some blame poor roster construction. Others blame coaching adjustments. But regardless of who deserves the most blame, the reality remains the same. The Fari. Lakers failed badly when expectations were sky high. In Los Angeles, failure is never accepted quietly. The media pressure is relentless, the fans demand championships, and now the entire basketball world is waiting to see who takes responsibility.